Okay then, welcome back to the next video. This time we're going to be checking out the brand new Duronaut from Thermal Grizzly. How does it compare to Kryonaut? Okay, so this is the Duronaut. This is the successor to their most popular thermal paste on the market. That would be Kryonaut. And Kryonaut has been around for a very long time. And they've got also the Kryonaut Extreme, which is like their sub-zero thermal paste. It won't break and stuff under sub-zero. Probably seen it through Jay's 2 cents and stuff. He's actually used Kryonaut Extreme. So, yeah. Now, as for what comes in the packaging, obviously you get this little card here that just gives you a serial number for the overall actual packaging yourself. Then you get these other spreaders. They didn't include these in the previous versions of their thermal paste, which I believe they should just continue doing that. That is much easier. Then of course it comes with the spreader. Then it comes with this little attachment. This is a lot easier for spreading it. Now as for like the viscosity and the overall Kelvin and stuff like that, they don't actually list that on the website, and unfortunately it doesn't say it on the back either. But all I know that is optimized for long-term durability. So primarily this could be used for a GPU, which you wouldn't have to worry about any of this, like basically, any problems with thermal paste, which after a while they start to dry out and stuff like that. So you aren't going to really worry about that. But obviously this one is like, ultra high thermal conductivity. Now this isn't conductive, so if you spill this a little bit on your motherboard and it's still running, don't worry, this is non-conductive, so you won't have to worry about damaging anything. Now they come in a 2 gram and a 6 gram. The pricing I'll put by here because from different websites the prices do vary. But make sure you obviously go down to the website down below as well. Check out the overall information as well. But other than that, this is pretty much the information I've got. They don't actually list any of the overall actual like thermal output and stuff on the website. I have downloaded the datasheet, but unfortunately it doesn't actually tell you. So can't really give you that. But what I'm going to do is put this up against the Kryonaut. But then what I'm going to do after that is actually put it through a big list of different thermal pastes on the market, down from Noctua, Be Quiet and so forth, even Arctic M6, which is a very popular cheap thermal paste. So let's get to the overall thermals. Okay then, so as for like thermal testing, what I've actually used is the NH-D15 Gen 2 LBC CPU Cooler from Noctua to make the overall thermal testing very consistent using the exact same cooler. So as for the system specifications, it is obviously my test bench, my Ryzen 9 5900X, got 16 gigs of DDR4, X570 motherboard, RX 7600 XT, as well as housed in the Be Quiet Shadow Base 800FX. Now that is probably the best case scenario. It's all going to depend on your overall environment as well. Now as for the testing, the room was actually around 9 degrees and it did creep up to a few degrees, so just so you know. Now testing method, obviously Cinebench R23, Blender Pavilion, Blender Classroom and 3D Mark CPU test. Why? It's because it will hit the CPU in different scenarios. Like Cinebench is a big instruction set on any CPU, so it will push the cooler to its absolute limit. So now Duronaut, but we're going to start with Kryonaut first. Kryonaut Cinebench R23 run, idles with 25 with a max of 76. Blender Pavilion idles 25 with a max of 75, and Blender Classroom idles 25 with a max of 75, and 3D Mark CPU Test idles 25 with a max of 69. Nice. Now the Duronaut, there's slight differences when it comes to the overall thermals. Now for the Duronaut Cinebench R23, the idles were only a degree higher, but that's because I started with the Kryonaut first. So that was 26 degrees with a max of 75. Blender Pavilion idles 26 with a max of 73. Blender Classroom idles 26 with a max of 73. And 3D Mark CPU Test idles 26 Celsius with a max of 66 Celsius. Now, what I'm going to do by here is actually put up a graph showing you the absolute every single thermal paste I've tested. That includes the Noctua thermal paste, Arctic MX6 thermal paste. That'll include Be Quiet, bits power, polytherm, the X8 and the X10. So you will see a big variety of different tests, some a lot higher than others, but overall, here are the graphs. Okay then, so look, this is a very quick video because at the end of the day, it's only about thermal paste. I can do as much testing as I want. It's that part that's going to be probably the longest part of this video, so just bear that in mind. Now, as for testing, of course, I do test it with my test bench by here, which I do say during the overall thermals. Now, I test it with the NH-D15 Gen 2 LBC. I test it primarily because it's the biggest cooler I've got, and it's got 8 heat pipes. I haven't got any other coolers here that are this size. This is the biggest one I've got. And quite frankly, I'm not waiting for an AIO to heat up, heat soak, and then put it back down. No. An air cooler is a lot better for consistent thermals because it will tell you a better picture, because once it hits its peak, that's it. So, yeah. It performed within what I thought it would. They do sell it in the 2 gram as well as 6 grams. The links for those will be down below. For Amazon as well as overclockers. I think it performed within what I expected or what I actually thought it would. So, yeah, I mean, what else can I really say? It performed well, and it'll be good for CPU and GPU as well. So, if you want to buy some, the links for that will be down below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, because I've always got something more coming. I've got loads of stuff here, so make sure you subscribe. Big thank you to Thermal Grizzly, as always, for supporting the channel and sending me stuff. So, yeah, this is Rich for WELSHYTECH. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and week ahead of you. Goodbye.